Hey, Awaken friends. I'm Chris, and welcome to your flow. The purpose of this flow is to breathe. If you're not warmed up, jump into one of the playlists. But if you're ready to go, let's come straight to hands and knees in a tabletop position. Our shoulders will move over our wrists. Our hips will be over our knees. And we're going to open our right arm up to the sky for a thread the needle. Breathing up here, and then exhale as our hand comes down, floating above the ground, shoulder above the ground. Then inhale, bring your hand back up to the sky, brightening, opening for the day, and then right hand down to the ground next to left. Inhale as your left arm floats up to the sky, and then bringing your left arm to float above the ground again, just hovering, right, left shoulder hovering, and then opening back up. Chest bright, and exhale down to the ground. And as we land here, let's cycle through a couple of breaths, opening our chest forward to the front of the room, and then exhale, rounding up and in. Inhale as we bring our attention through our body to be present on the mat, feeling into our wrists, our knees, our toes. Exhale, expanding our chest and spine back up. And inhale, one last time, coming forward to the front of the room, tailbone pointing up to the ceiling, moving back, feeling that articulation, and then bringing our knees together and coming back into one closed knee child's pose. And head coming down, bringing your hands down just behind you. Inhale, coming up to our seated heroes position. Continue that inhale as your hands float up to the sky, fingertips touch, and exhale, hands coming down to the middle of our heart. Inhale, turning to the right, twisting through our spine, feeling that opening of the chest, and exhale as we turn back around, shoulders moving with us, coming to the left side of the room. And inhale back to the center. Hands coming down onto the ground. Your exhale, and moving up and into our downward facing dog, and bending elbows and knees, moving our shoulders and our hips, feeling the bones in our hip sockets just loosening and moving around a little bit, and then coming into a static, solid position in our dog. Our shoulders are rolling back, tailbone pointing up to the sky, heels are coming down towards the mat, and hold for a moment. On the next inhale, your right foot will float up to the sky, hips in alignment, keeping them straight, hips not bending open, and then bringing that knee to tiger curl one time up to your nose. Inhale, right foot back up to the sky, and then you exhale, stepping it up and through so that we can rise into our warrior one, left foot 45 degrees as we come up with strength and stability into our warrior. Right knee over the left ankle, over the right ankle, it would be weird over your left. And then exhale, hands coming down to the ground. Right foot stepping back to left in our plank pose. And slowly lowering all the way down to the ground. And coming up one time for a cobra. And exhale down. Toes tuck, hands back next to your shoulders. And lift up to plank pose, hinging at the hips. And back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left foot floating up to the sky, hips in alignment, and then tiger curl one time up, knee to nose. Inhale, heel back up to the sky, and then stepping up and through. Right foot to 45 degrees as we rise up into our warrior one, feeling our strength and our length. Outer edge of right foot grounding into the ground, hands back down, framing your left foot back to right, and coming through our plank, down through chaturanga, and into upward facing dog. You can get back to cobra if it feels good. This is your flow, your practice, and then rolling back over the toes, and into downward facing dog. And breathe here. Take a breath to feel it in your lungs, in all areas, shoulders rolling down, strength, and right foot floats up to the sky. Right foot moves all the way through, up to your right thumb, turning this time as we flow our hands open into our warrior two. And hold. And flipping the right palm and coming back to a reverse warrior. And then moving through and down and into our side angle pose. Right knee is supporting your right elbow, a long line through the body. Left hand is pointing up to the sky, and feel the grounding and support in both feet. And then one movement flowing back to our reverse warrior. Left hand coming down the thigh, right hand moving to the back of the room. Eyes following. And then coming back to our warrior two and stabilize, shoulders rolling down our back. Strength through our feet, flipping both palms. Flow up to the sky on the inhale. And exhale, expand back out. Inhale with strength, we come all the way up, touching the sky with our fingers. Feel like you've got the length to touch as high as you can. And exhale, coming back to warrior two. Hands windmill down to the ground. Right foot goes back to left, holding our plank pose for a moment, and then slowly coming all the way down to the ground. When we arrive, untucking the toes, and moving up into our foot facing dog. And rolling over the toes, coming back to our downward facing dog. Feeling the joy in the movement, feeling the connection to your fun spirit. If you can see behind me, the amusement park's open today, and you can just see this joy and fun that all those people are having there, and let you breathe some of that energy in and through. Left foot floats up to the sky, and left foot moves up to your left thumb. Right foot opens up as we open our arms and flow into warrior two. And hold. Flipping our left palm, we flow back, right hand down our leg as we move into our reverse warrior. And then bending our left arm, our left elbow will land on our left knee, right arm straight as we make the long line for our side angle pose. And then one fluid movement coming back to our reverse warrior, eyes following the fingers if you can, or looking up at the roof, or following that ride that's going round and round. And then exhale, hands back to warrior two. And this time flipping both palms and breathe in as our hand fingertips come up and we rise to flying warrior. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, hands coming up to sky, fingertips touch. And exhale back down to warrior two. Then windmill the hands, right hand down with the left, meeting your left foot back to right, holding our plank for a moment here. The strength. Push into the ground and feel the ground almost pressing back to you, so you can feel that coming all the way up through your elbows, into your shoulders, into your shoulder blades, your back. Your heels are coming to the back of the room and pointing. We're holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower through chaturanga down to the ground. And untuck the toes, bring the hands back down beside you. And breathe into one time here. And exhale. And on your next breath, rising the legs with palms facing down towards the ground. Bring the hands up as well into our locust position. Long spine. Crown of the head pointing up to the front of the room. And exhale. Inhale, come back up. Back up into our locust position. Feeling our core activated, glutes activated, hamstrings. Every muscle pulling in. And exhale. Hands come back underneath the chest. Lifting back up to plank. Our knees will drop. Our forearms will come down to the ground. Pulling through with our nose close to the ground. And we come up into our upward facing dog. And then sitting back into our child's pose. Either wide leg or feet together or knees together. And coming down to an embryo or a wisdom's pose. Whatever suits you. And breathe here. Breathe the joy, breathe the fun, breathe the energy that you might have seen from behind me from the rides. And breathe that into your entire being. And take this moment that you've created and carved out for yourself and feel into it and remember it and take it with you for the rest of your day, your week, whatever else you want to create. Just come back to this center place that you made for yourself. Thanks for flowing with me. Have a great day. Namaste.